an answer to that question, maybe you can find us on our Facebook fan page this morning, Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. That's where we have Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan on Facebook. Get onto Facebook. We're streaming live this morning. I don't know if you have an answer to what's going on with Chelsea, what's happening with Chelsea. Maybe you can help me out. What exactly is missing for Thomas Tuchel in this, in the start of the Premier League season before the transfer market gets closed? What exactly do they need to be doing? Get on our Facebook fan page this morning. Let's get talking. Okay, before we get into discussing football and all of the results from last night and the games coming up today, I'm going to be starting off the show this morning from the world of tennis at the US Open, where British men's number one Cameron Norrie made light work of unpredictable Frenchman Benoit Paire as he started his US Open bid in style. Now Norrie plays Yao Sousa or Mackenzie McDonald's next as he aims to better his run to the Wimbledon semi-final. And Rafael Nadal survived an early scare against Australian wildcard Rinky Hijikata as the four-time winner came back to reach the US Open second round. Nadal recovered from a set down to secure a 4-6, 6-2, 6-3, 6-3 victory right there in New York. Earlier, compatriot Carlos Alcaraz progressed after Argentine Sebastian Baez was forced to retire with injury. And elsewhere in the men's draw, 9th seed Andrei Rublev let slip of a 2-set lead before prevailing in a 5-set epic against the Serb Laszlo Djere. And the Croatian 15th seed and 2014 champion Marin Cilic defeated German Maximilian Mateta 6-3, 6-2, 7-5, while Bulgarian 17th seed Grigor Dimitrov won 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 in straight sets against American Steve Johnson. Canadian 19th seed Denis Shapovalov came through in 5 sets against Swiss player Marc-Andre Osler, winning 2-6, 6-4, 6-4, 3-6, 6-1, while American 22nd seed Francis Tiafoe defeated his compatriot Marcin Giron 7-6, 6-4, 6-3 to progress to the next round of the tournament. And in the women's angle, you're wondering how are the ladies faring? Well, it's been upset in the women's category. And the world number one, Iga Swiatek, made light work of our US Open opener with a straight set victory over Jasmine Paolini. And the Spanish 9th seed Gabriel Muguruza also reached the second round, beating Dane Clara Towson 6-3, 7-6 in straight set. But 16th seed Jelena Ostapenko was beaten 6-3, 3-6, 6-4 by Chinese world number 39 Guan Zheng. And Emma Raducanu's US Open title defense fell at the first hurdle as she lost in straight sets to Francis Alize Kone. Raducanu, who is just 19, stunned the world by winning the major as a teenage qualifier last year, but she returned to the court at Flushing Meadows. It was less memorable for her. And the Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina suffered a shock defeat by qualifier Clara Burrell in the US Open first round. She had complained earlier of weak leadership on the women's tour, saying that she doesn't feel like the Wimbledon champion because there was no ranking point that was awarded when she won the Grand Slam at Wimbledon. And she felt like the leadership of the women's tour, that's WTA, they didn't do enough to speak on their behalf. Of course, you know the reasons why the Wimbledon was stripped of ranking points, because they decided to ban Russian players from the tournament. And then the WTA, the ATP, WTA, they all decided, you know what, we're going to take off the ranking points from this tournament just because they are not allowing the Russian players to compete. Of course, with all of the issues with Russia and Ukraine. And she was seated 25th in New York. The 23-year-old was beaten 6-4, 6-4 by world number 131 Clara Burrell there in the first round of the US Open. And Venus Williams kept her thoughts to herself on her tennis future after losing in the opening round of the US Open. The 42-year-old is now ranked down at 1,504 and has won only one match since the Australian Open in January 2021. But then she declined to say whether she's going to be following her sister Steph Serena into retirement after the tournament. She's saying she's not decided yet and she's going to keep that to herself. Even Serena Williams herself is becoming vague as regards her retirement. Remember, she had an article released to Vogue saying that she's evolving away from tennis, and that she suggested that the US Open might be her last tournament ever. And she got a ceremony before and after a game in the first round of the game that she played, and here she's becoming vague about what the future might hold. And Venus Williams on her part is saying, you know what, I'm just going to keep this to myself. We never can tell what will happen. But right now she's focused on the doubles event, which she'll be competing with her sister for the first time since 2018, and says it was all Serena Serena Williams' idea. Now, the day ended with the matchup of the first round between 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka and 19th seed and Australian Open finalist Daniel Collins. Now, Osaka has struggled for form and fitness this year, and this was another low point for her as she lost in the first round of the for the first time in New York, going 7-6, 6-3. Now, it has been some, very, very terrible outing for Naomi Osaka. I mean, it's not been the one who can, really talk about. And I wonder, is this the same Naomi Osaka that defeated Serena Williams to win the same title a couple of years ago? I hope she can come back. She's been talking about mental issues here and there. I hope she can get back into the form and into the Naomi Osaka that we know her to be. Okay, I'm going to take a very quick commercial break at this point, and when I return, it will be all football, starting with the Super Eagles Team B, the Chan team. Remember, they lost against Ghana at the weekend, and they are saying that they're going to turn things around later this weekend in Abuja. After this commercial break, we'll be back for more on SportsBang. Keep it locked. We'll be back.
Ṣé wọ́n ti gbégi dínà ìlà ìpèrè nítorí pé o kò tí ì so National Identification Number NIN rẹ pọ̀ mọ́ ìlà MTN rẹ? Má ṣe yọnu tó bá ti ní NIN rẹ tẹ́lẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀nà tó rọrùn rèé láti ṣe ìsopọ̀ náà padà. Ìkíní, tẹ *785#. Ìkejì, tẹ National Identification Number NIN rẹ ránṣẹ́ sí 785. Ìkẹta, lọ sí My MTN NG app. Ìkẹrin, bá Ziggy fọ̀rọ̀jomitoro ọ̀rọ̀ lórí nọ́mbà WhatsApp yìí +234 903 300 0001. Ìkarùn-ún, lọ sí www.mtn.ng. Tí o kò bá wá ní National Identification Number, ṣàtìrìn wọnú MTN Store tàbí NIMC Center tó wà nítòsí rẹ, tàbí kó lọ sí MTN website láti mọ ọjọ́ àti àkókò tó máa lọ láti gbà á. Ṣe èyíkéyìí àwọn nǹkan yìí ní kíákíá o, nítorí pé àǹfààní náà ṣíṣí sílẹ̀ báyìí. Jẹ́ kí n tiẹ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ gan, kí là ń ṣe lónìí yìí?
Ohun ìyàlẹ́nu lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọ ní FIFA World Cup ní Qatar pẹ̀lú Coca-Cola. Ra èyíkéyìí nínú ọjà Coca-Cola tó ní ìlérí funfun. Jẹ́ kó gba bẹ́ẹ̀ ìlérí náà wò kí o tẹ *8014*1 code hash. Ó lè jẹ́ ìrìn àjò ọ̀fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ FIFA World Cup ní Qatar. Ẹ̀bùn owó orí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ tí ó ju $50 mílíọ̀nù náírà náà wà láti jẹ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Àdéhùn àti ìlànà òfin dẹ̀rùn. Coca-Cola, òṣìṣẹ́ alábàáṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ ti FIFA World Cup FCCPC ló fún ìtẹ̀lé polongo yìí.
Total Energy ti wá gbé Quat Mega Promo dé báyìí o. Ìwọ sì lè jẹ́ olùtayọ oríire promo yìí tí o bá ra epo ẹ̀rọ Quat oní lítà 4 tàbí lítà 5 báyìí. Ẹ̀bùn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi ni o lè jẹ́ o. Kódà o lè jẹ́ odidi ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ tiẹ̀ pàápàá. Ṣàbẹ̀wò sí ibùdó iṣẹ́ wa tàbí èyíkéyìí nínú àwọn ilé ìpín tí a fún ní àṣẹ láti kópa nínú promo yìí. Promo yìí wá láti ọjọ́ 1 oṣù keje sí ọjọ́ 21 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2022. Ṣàkíyèsí bí àwọn òfin àti ìlànà tẹ̀lé promo yìí.
City of Ibadan, get set. This is different. You're specially invited to the Holy Ghost Convention 2022. For 40 years, God has blessed so many souls through our Father in the Lord, Bishop Francis Waluki. Holy Ghost Convention will take place on Saturday, September 3 to Sunday, September 11, 2022. 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m. daily at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. This year's theme is the King of Glory. Holy Ghost Convention kicks off with a Youth Mega Jam on Saturday, September 3 at 10 a.m., followed by our conference for all ministers of God on Monday, September 5 to Wednesday, September 7. All roads leads to Adamasigba Stadium, Ibadan. Thursday, September 8 and Friday, September 9 for the Worship and Miracles Extravaganza, 4 p.m. on both days. Ministering Bishop Francis Waluki, Evangelist Ekliad Ombo, Pastor E.A. Adebo, Bishop David Oyedepo, Bishop Michael Kongo, Bishop Felix Adejuma, Apostle Joshua Selman, Pastor Jerry Eze, Pastor TikTok Ishaku, Pastor Podri Oyemade. Ministering to us in songs will be Apostle Paul Sinach, Bola Are, Nathaniel Bassi, Jensi Oyeko, and a host of other spirit-filled musicians. You won't remain the same. Jesus is Lord.
Ṣọ́fẹ́ máa tú ẹ̀jọ̀. Wọ́n tọwọ́ mi jọ. Ṣọ́dún mọ́ ẹnu. Wọ́n dùn mọ́ mi nù. Big toilet cleaner. Yéèpà. Ọgbọ̀n náírà péré ni. Ṣọ́fẹ́ máa tú ẹ̀jọ̀. Wọ́n tọwọ́ mi jọ. Ṣọ́dún mọ́ ẹnu. Wọ́n dùn mọ́ mi nù. Big toilet cleaner. Yéèpà. Ọgbọ̀n náírà péré ni. Ó ń dán gidi gan kì í ṣe rọ́. Kì í ṣe rọ́. Ga díẹ̀ fọ́ díẹ̀. Fọ́ṣù lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ọ̀làjù àmọ́ àjọ. Oríṣi kòkòrò àrùn. Adùn mọ́ ẹnu. Wọ́n dùn ṣọ́fẹ́ máa tú. Ó yá ẹ tara ṣàṣà lọ ra ojúlówó Happy Toilet Cleaner tuntun tó wà nínú sáchẹ́ẹ̀tì kí tọ́lẹ́tì yín lè mọ́ ní ìlọ́po 10. Ó fọ tọ́lẹ́tì mọ́ gidi gan. Owó ẹ̀ sì mọ́ níwọ̀nba. Torí náà máa fa àkókò ṣòfò. Tètè lọ ra Happy Toilet Cleaner ọlọ́gbọ̀n náírà tiẹ̀ kó o sì rówó púpọ̀ tùjọ.
For a very long time, I was in a toxic relationship with my partner. I kept making excuses. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe I should log out and log in again. Maybe I need to go out and climb that tree, and maybe it's just bad. But not anymore, because I found the perfect partner. MTN Broadband. With its reliable and wide coverage, no more maybes, just goals. So, hashtag MTN Broadband and I for life, hashtag relationship goals.
MTN Broadband. Get yours today and enjoy internet bliss. Visit any MTN store to get yours now or visit www.mtn.ng/broadband. MTN Broadband. Data has got you covered.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for keeping along with us right here on Splash 105.5 FM. It is SportsBang, your favorite breakfast sports show on radio, and my name is Blessing Fowowe. I'm asking for Chelsea, what is that missing piece for Thomas Tuchel? What exactly is it that team is missing at this point? For the result they've been posting so far, since the start of the new Premier League season. We're streaming live on our Facebook fan page. Please leave your comments there, and I'll take them before we leave the show this morning. It's all football from here now, and Super Eagles B chief coach Salisu Yusuf has assured Nigerians that the home-based national team will do well on Saturday in Abuja and do everything possible to overturn the 2-0 deficit they incurred in the first leg of their Algeria 2023 African Nations Championship qualifier in Cape Coast against Ghana. The winner of that tie over 2 legs will qualify for next year's CHAN tournament, which is built for Algeria. And they returned to Abuja on Monday, began preparations for the return leg yesterday. They had a recovery walkabout in the morning and began major training at the Moshood Abiola Stadium later on in the evening. And speaking out on his expectations of the decisive encounter yesterday, Coach Yusuf said his boys were primed to redeem themselves in Abuja after studying the first leg and acknowledging their mistakes in Cape Coast. The coach said that the players would not have lost the game in Ghana if they had not lost concentration at crucial moments of the game. He also said that the players, except Aimba Sadiq Abubakar, are in top shape, adding that he will still assess the state of the squad to know the right way forward. In his game, after the game, I told the players they worked hard and the Ghanaians did not outplay them, but they made some mistakes which Ghana capitalized on. I still believe the team can beat Ghanaians if they work harder than they did in the first leg. End of quote there. The words of Salisu Yusuf, the head coach of the CHAN Super Eagles team there. Away from that, after Nigeria, let's go over to European scene. There were games yesterday. Italian Serie A. Inter Milan defeated Cremonese 3-1 to go top of the Serie A table. Roma defeated Monza 3-0. England striker Tammy Abraham got an assist as Paulo Dybala netted twice in a 3-0 victory over Roma at Monza. And AC Milan were held to a goalless draw at Sassuolo yesterday, while the acquisition of the club by American investment fund Redbird drew near to completion. Milan sit a point behind Inter on the table there. Now, Milan sailed to Redbird from fellow US Found Elliott Management is expected to formally go through by the end of the week, with rumors circulating that the baseball's New York Yankees will also have a stake in the club. Among the investors backing Redbird's acquisition, according to financial reports on Tuesday, that's yesterday, is that a Main Street Advisor, that's the California-based investment firm, whose partners include the likes of basketball star LeBron James and rapper Drake. So LeBron James might be having a stake in AC Milan when the deal, or will be having a stake, I should say, in AC Milan when the deal goes through at the end of the week. And former Chelsea striker Timo Werner scored the first half hat-trick and assisted another goal as RB Leipzig trashed Tetona Otsene in the first round of the German Cup. Now, Werner was a substitute in the 57th minute as Leipzig went on to beat the fourth-tier side 8-0. He rejoined RB Leipzig this summer from Chelsea, who lost to Southampton in the Premier League on Tuesday. The German national Werner scored 4 goals and 2 assists in 4 games so far this season. And in the Premier League, Crystal Palace played a 1-1 draw with Brentford. Fulham defeated Brighton Hove Albion 2-1. Leeds United played a 1-1 draw with Everton, and Southampton defeated Chelsea. They came from behind to earn their second win of the fledgling Premier League season and move above Chelsea at a side that is lacking cohesion and a cutting edge at St. Mary's. Now, Raheem Sterling is his Blues top scorer, and he got the Domestico's side off to a promising start with his 3rd goal in 2 games, thanks thanks to a calm swivel and a finish in the 23rd minute. But another former Manchester City player leveled moments later with Romeo Lavia firing a superb effort beyond Edward Mendy after Chelsea failed to properly clear a corner. Now from there on, it was all Southampton as they were the better side, and they scored what proved to be the winner just before the break when Roman Perraud picked up Adam Armstrong and his efforts deflected off Kalidou Koulibaly into the net. And Ralph Arsenal's side climbed to 7th as a result of the deserved victory, level on points with Chelsea, but are both them on goals difference. And to games coming up later today, we'll have AFC Bournemouth at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That game comes up at 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. And Arsenal will be taking on Aston Villa. They are the only side with the perfect record in the Premier League at the moment, and Aston Villa will be hoping to put a dent to that record that Arsenal are carrying about. And Mikel Arteta, that's the boss, he may consider handing a start to Eddie Nketiah after his encouraging showing as a substitute against Fulham. They eventually won that game 2-1. Midfielder Thomas Partey is out with a thigh injury. Mohamed Elneny, remember he took the hamstring over the weekend and is a big doubt. In fact, he's not going to be playing for this in this particular match. And for Aston Villa manager Steven Gerrard is optimistic that Philippe Coutinho and Tyrone Mings will be available for the game. Mings had a temperature at the weekend, while Gerrard says cramp and fatigue forced Coutinho off against West Ham. And later on, we'll also be seeing City up against Nottingham Forest at 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. And Pep Guardiola has refused to confirm if Erling Haaland will be starting today. If Haaland is rested, it means that Julian Alvarez will be in line for a first Premier League start after 3 substitute outings there. Nottingham Forest have no new injury worries for them ahead of their trip to Etihad, with new signing Renan Lodi also in contention to make the match day squad. West Ham also be hosting Tottenham at 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time, and West Ham are going to be checking on the fitness of the defenders Ben Johnson and Aaron Cresswell, who are nursing respective hamstring and groin issues. A new record signing Lucas Paqueta is unlikely to be involved as he's yet to train with his new teammates. And Tottenham head coach Antonio Conte has hinted on making changes, including a potential first start for Richarlison. Christian Romero and Oliver Skip have returned to training, while Lucas Moura and Brian Gill are ruled out at the moment. And West Ham are looking to win 3 consecutive home Premier League matches against Tottenham for the first time since a run of 4 between 1997 to 1999. And at 8 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll have Liverpool against Newcastle. And Liverpool are unbeaten 26 Premier League home games against Newcastle since a 2-0 loss at Anfield in April 1994. The Reds have won. They have scored in all of this 26 of this matches, so you can maybe expect or put your money on Liverpool scoring. Of course, after what they did to Bournemouth over the weekend, demolishing Bournemouth 9-0, maybe it is all in favour of Liverpool. But of course, do not write Newcastle out. That is all I will say in that. And Liverpool have scored 109 Premier League goals versus Newcastle, more than any other opponents there. And the Italian Serie A, there are games as well. Empoli at home to Hellas Verona. Lazio going away to Sampdoria. Udinese up against Fiorentina, Juventus against Spezia at 7:45 p.m. and Napoli at home to Lille at 7:45 p.m. as well. And in the French Ligue 1, Angers against Reims, Auxerre going away to Lyon, Troyes away to Monaco, Montpellier at home to Ajaccio, Strasbourg at home to Nantes, Lorient going away to Lens, Lille against Nice, Marseille against Clermont, Reims against Brest, and Paris Saint-Germain are going away to Toulouse at 8 p.m. Nigerian time for their game as well. So lots and lots of matches to catch up on today, across Europe's leagues there. Very, very interesting matches from the Premier League to the Italian Serie A and of course the French Ligue 1. And on to transfer stories. I mean, there's a lot going on. Transfer window closes very, very soon. Very, very soon. And across tomorrow is a deadline day in England. The market transfer window will be closing at 11 p.m. That's tomorrow. And across Europe at 5 p.m. in Germany, 7 p.m. in Italy, 11 p.m. in Spain, and midnight in France. That's where the transfer window will be shutting. And of course, you can trust these teams who want to get 1 or 2 deals over the line before the window shuts permanently for the summer. And to some of the deals that we've been hearing so far, I'm hearing now that Everton are making the late move for Samuel Chukwueze. They say that the talks have already started between the clubs, with Everton keen to add to their striking options before the transfer window closes. Okay, I mean, it'll be interesting to see Samuel Chukwueze in England there, but then the question is, would it be the right move for him to make? It's a big question. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp says he wants to risk a bit more in the transfer market as they continue to look for a midfield. I mean, injuries has not been kind to Jurgen Klopp, and he's been forced to look into onto the market and say they're going to try everything until deadline day tomorrow at 11 p.m. And Manchester City are in advanced talks with Borussia Dortmund about signing Switzerland defender Manuel Obafemi Akanji. No deal for Akanji has been agreed, but the 27-year-old is likely to cost about £15 million. Akanji, who joined Dortmund from Basel in 2018, has ended the final year of his contract, and he plays for the Switzerland national team. He has a Swiss mother and a Nigerian father. And Tottenham defender Sergio Reguilon has joined Atletico Madrid on a season-long loan move there. Let me get on Facebook and see what you're saying this morning, especially for Chelsea fans. I'm asking what exactly you think Thomas Tuchel is missing in that team and what they should be doing before the transfer market closes. And Chides Friday says good morning to you as well. Adekunle Paul says Chelsea only needs a midfielder, a striker and a right back, in addition to all of the players that they've gotten. Okay, then let's see if that helps them and if they can get those signings across the line. After Batele Luakayode says good morning, says up Gunners. And Emmanuel Timlane says good morning, Blessing. I am afraid the worst season are waste for Chelsea. This might be their worst season yet. Just 4 games into the season and it is 2 lost already. This is disappointing, and I wonder what Daniel will say on Just Football today. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. And Mabu Kasim has a long one here. I'm going to try to take this. He says, good morning, Blessing, and welcome aboard. Thomas Tuchel is not getting it right for now. He can still bounce back as the season progresses. Mendy, the goalkeeper, has been conceding goals. Last season, he kept so many clean sheets. This season, after 5 matches, he managed to keep only 1 clean sheet. Thomas Tuchel needs to strengthen the defense and improve in the striking role. Raheem Sterling has been doing the scoring. He needs a supporter. And speaking of needing a supporter, remember they're in the market for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and from the reports we're getting, talks still ongoing. The clubs are yet to reach an agreement, although an agreement has been reached with Aubameyang as regards to personal terms and all of that, but the fee is what is the problem now. We did get that over the line on deadline day tomorrow. It is a big question, but of course there's a lot going on in transfer market. Chelsea also in advanced talks with RB Leipzig to sign Josko Gvardiol. That deal will be completed now, but he's going to be staying at RB Leipzig and he will join Chelsea in 2023, and they are going to be paying around 90 million euros. How do you pay 90 million euros for a player that will not join you this season? Okay, well, that's the update for Chelsea there. That's the update for them as regards a transfer. And Mario Balotelli has decided to join Swiss side FC Sion. Full agreement in place, but still not signed. He wants Sion as a priority. That's the reports filtering in. Of course, many more stories will be coming in as we get ready towards the transfer deadline day tomorrow. And finally, this morning, Umar Sadiq will undergo medical tests in the next hours as a new Real Sociedad player. The deal is said to be worth 25 million euros add-ons included, plus 15% sell-on clause. Full agreement has been made with Almeria. That's another Nigerian. Moving on to Real Sociedad there. Speaking of Umar Sadiq. Well, that's how I can go on SportsBang this morning. Thank you very much to everyone who's joined us, left us a comment, and maybe we can talk more about this Chelsea situation later on Just Football today at 3 p.m. My name is Blessing Fowowe. Au revoir.
Splash FM 105.5.
Hi everyone, hope you are doing great wherever you are. Guess what? I've got awesome news for you. But isn't it just amazing to get rewarded just by saving your own money? Did you get that? Like, to get rewarded by saving your own money. Do you know that Stanbic IBTC is currently running the 2nd edition of its Reward for Saving promo, and this time with bigger and better rewards? The ongoing promo has produced over 300 winners across Nigeria. At the end of this promo, a total of 156 million naira will be awarded to over 1,000 customers. You should definitely be a part of this. Do not be left out. On a monthly basis, 10 customers across 7 zones will be rewarded with 100,000 naira each. What's more, guys, 28 customers will be rewarded with 1 million naira cash in the quarterly draws, and 7 customers with 2 million naira in the grand finale. To be a part of this promo, existing customers can fund their savings account or e-wallet with 10,000 naira and stand a chance to win. Who knows? You might just be the next millionaire. And if you aren't a Stanbic IBTC customer, just open an account with Stanbic IBTC or open an e-wallet on our app and save a minimum of 10,000 naira to qualify for the draws. What are you waiting for? You might just be the next winner.
Splash FM 105.5.
You want to know why Fanta goes really great with snacks? Because just like Fanta, snacking is colorful. You don't need to follow any rules to snack. No glasses or cutlery or even a table. You can snack absolutely anywhere. Snacking is comfy and playful. Snacking is a tasty treat. Just like Fanta. So make snacking colorful and snack with Fanta.
The Lord of the Rings of Power, streaming 2nd of September on Prime Video.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all.
Journey to Middle-earth.
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Don't miss The Lord of the Rings of Power. Episodes 1 and 2 coming 2nd of September, only on Prime Video.
Àríkẹ́ ojú rẹ̀ ṣe akọrin lọ báyìí.
Bọ̀dá wà sún ewé fílẹ̀ òjé, alọ́jà òyà.
Ọjà àyà bíi ti bú, ó túmọ̀ sí pé ọ̀gbọ́n ló Mama ATM sọ̀bù ẹnu.
Bọ̀dá wà sí ìwé dákun, ewu tún ni Mama ATM POS.
Mama ATM ní gbogbo ìtajà tó ní sọ̀bù ń lò báyìí. Ìwọ wo Sadé tó ní sọ̀bù nísàlẹ̀ ọjà lọ́hùn-ún. Gbogbo gbàlà ń bára wọn wo sọ̀bù rẹ̀ tó jà rẹ̀ sì ń yá kíákíá. Torí wípé ń lo Mama ATM POS. Ìyẹn nìkan kọ́ àwọn bára tó bá tó ara nǹkan lẹ́yìn dòdò sọ̀bù rẹ̀ àtúmọ̀ ara research card. Eléyìí tó tẹ̀ jáde lórí Mama ATM POS. Àwọn bára máa ń gbowó lórí Mama ATM POS machine. Wọ́n á tó fi owó sórí ìdìkódà DSTV, GoTV àti StarTime lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀. Sọ ti wá mọ ìdí tí sọ̀bù Sadé fi gba ìbúbọ̀ ládùúgbò báyìí tó sì jẹ́ pé kò sí